As I've just mentioned before, I'm going to show you 4 videos, some exercise for you is stretches and mobility. But before anything, it's good to know if you want to get fit, have more strength, more quality of life, more longevity in your muscles, get better posture, be stronger, be confident in the gym floor. This is your place. This is Buffet at 50, and you can do all that in 3 months. Okay, in 3 months you can get all I've just said here. You can get really stronger doing this exercise. Okay, so I'm gonna be starting playing the first video. Let me just choose the video here, and then I will stop the video and I'll play back again, and I will comment about the video. Okay, so if I go to the fourth video here,
this is your upper leg.
let me just position the video. Yeah, and you go on. So I'm gonna play. Now I'm gonna play the video, and if you just listen to it, yeah, you go ahead.
This is your upper leg, this is your lower leg, and in between is your knee. When you go into a squat, at least you have to
Just
your lower leg.
let me just roll back a bit. Yeah.
Squatting, you cannot go. Supposing this is your upper leg, this is your lower leg, and in between is your knee. When you go into a squat, at least you have to do 90 degrees or a little bit lower than that. Okay? So if you're doing your squats like this, you need more mobility, right? So it could be your ankles, could be your hip, could be your gluteus, could be your hamstrings. So you have to do some mobility exercise to go deeper and deeper into the squats. So before I show this mobility exercise, how you do squats? Basically,
let me just go back to my I was explaining that when you go into squats, if you want to do squats, you watch sometimes I watch people doing squats and they are not going down enough. Yeah, so at least you need like a 90 degrees. Yeah, 90 degrees when you're squatting, and you see people like, supposing this is my upper leg and they are squatting like this. So you're not really using the muscles you're supposed to use, like your gluteus, your hamstrings, yeah, your quads. So basically you should be squatting at least like this, 90 degrees or a little bit lower. That's I was talking about it. So you have to make sure. So could be sometimes your mobility, could be your technique. Your technique is not there. If you know how to do squats and you cannot really go down, it's your mobility and stretches you have to do. Okay, so here I'm gonna play back again and just go back there. And what I'm gonna show here is I'm gonna show you how you should be doing squats. Yeah, I will explain. Your knees, they have to go out, and you have to keep it straight back. Listen.
you go down, you see my legs, you see my knees. So I go down, I push the knees out. So if I have a barbell on my back, I have to go down like this. Okay? Oh yeah, why not like this? I can do like this, but it's more difficult for me to go as low as I can. But if I have this good setup here, okay, you see my feet here, and as I go down, I open up my knees go out, as long as you keep your back as straight as like this. So you cannot do this, you have to keep back straight.
Okay, did you see when I was going to squat, you have to keep your back as straight as you can, and you push the knee out. Why? You can go deeper and deeper into squat, so you can go more than 90 degrees. It's important. So when you're squatting, you push the knees out. Okay, let's carry on.
That's the secret. So if you cannot go into this depth when doing squat, I've got this exercise to show you. This mobility. If you look at this wall here, yeah, what you're gonna do is I come close with this setup position, yeah? Put my hands there and try to squat as low as I can. And up. You go down and up. Okay, down and up. Probably you can see look at my knees, out again. So I go.
So going back to this exercise, it's important again, if you're doing squats or deadlifts or any other exercise, really, it's always good to warm up. And this one I'm doing here, I call this one Spider-Man, because it resembles like I don't think they call Spider-Man, but when I tell my clients and people who follow me, they say just do the Spider-Man, they know what I'm talking about. It. You see, if you look at my knees, see how much I'm opening my knees. You see how much I can go down. Yeah, I can go lower than that. So that's the idea, to keep a very good straight back. So if you do this kind of this exercise, this mobility exercise before you squats or deadlifts, you'll be fine. Okay, so you should be practicing. You don't need to do every day, but at least like 2 or 3 times a week, especially if you are about to do deadlifts or squats. So I'm gonna play back again. Yeah, listen.
Up and down. Try to keep your back as straight as you can as you go down. Try not to do like this. Yeah? So your back down and up. Maybe you'll be able to go till there and back up. Till there and back up. But what you have to do is you have to keep practicing like any other exercise. Consistency, yeah? You keep practicing and then your muscles will understand that movement plus memory. And then you keep forcing slowly. You can do a little bit every day, or maybe today you do it, tomorrow you don't do it, and then the next day you do it. So basically that's what you have to do. This is a great mobility exercise. Look, and up, down and up. So, if you want to get better with your squats, this is what you have to do, yeah? Before you squat. Keep practicing this mobility exercise. And 100% sure your squats will be a lot better, okay? So, if you enjoyed this exercise.
So let me just stop here. Let me just go back to my screen. Okay, guys. Hopefully you understood the message. So if you want to do your squats and deadlifts, yeah, just don't go and if you're squatting, don't go down with a barbell, or if you're lifting a barbell, if you're doing deadlifts without doing this kind of warming up exercise. You need to do it because your muscles are cold. So you cannot lift the weights or go down with the weight with your muscles cold. You have to warm up. So this exercise, it is, I call Spider-Man. Yeah, you put your hands against the wall and you go into squat, up and down. This is great to do it. Some people might be able to do all the way down. Other people, they're not able because they have a very restricted mobility. But it comes better with time. If you keep it practicing, you get better. So this is the first one. You have to do it. Yeah, you take this one to the gym and start practicing. Okay. So now we're gonna go on to the second video. Okay. I'm just add this to stream, and
This one it's a long name. I try to
second
the technique in full.
So that's the second one. Yeah, just listen to that, and I will stop now and then to explain a bit.
Okay, so starting the first one. The first one it's a long name. I try to remember the name. The name is high plank to mountain climbers to twist. The second one is toe touches, and the third one is high kicks. Okay, so the very first one, before you jump onto the first exercise, I'll show you what you have to do just to get your hips a little bit looser. So what you have to do is, that's the position I start. You see my hands about 90 degrees, and I just rotate, or you just can do one side, just to loosen up your hips, yeah? And then other side, and that will allow me to do my first mobility exercise, okay? That's good. So,
okay, stopping a little bit here. This one you just saw it, I did today, because today I did deadlifts, and so I was opening my hips doing this movement. Yeah, this is a good exercise, because when you're doing like this, like that, you can feel your hips opening, and at the same time you're warming up your hips. You're getting ready for your deadlifts. Okay, again, just don't do deadlifts just without warming up a bit. You have to warm up a bit, because remember, your hip is cold. Yeah, so your muscles are cold. I don't say your hip, but muscles surround your hip, they're cold. So you have to do these stretches, these mobility exercises, yeah, to get them going, and then you're ready to lift weights. Okay, so let me carry on here.
the very first one you're going to do right now, high plank to mountain climbers to twist. How do you go? High plank, yeah. Bring one leg forward, yeah. Mountain climbers, and with my left, what I do? And I hold the position, yeah. You can see my knee is off the ground, it's not on, it's off, and I hold the position. So what does it do? It does my gluteus, my erects in a, it does my triceps as well, because I'm holding the position. It does my hamstrings, it does my core. It's a very good exercise to do. Basically, again, you start on a high plank, bring one leg forward, yeah, knee off the ground, and with my right, I lift my head up and hold the position.
Okay, guys, have a look at that position. This is another one you can use it. So all these stretches and mobility exercise I'm showing you, you don't need to do all of them together. Yeah, so you choose one or two exercises and you do it before your lifts. Yeah, and this one here, particular, this one I'm showing, it's a good one, because it really stretch. When that position I'm in, I can feel I'm also doing that position. I can stretch my chest, my hamstrings, my glutes, my lower back. This is great to do it. Okay, let's carry on.
This is a very good exercise, a very good one to do it. Okay, and then you swap onto the second one, and there you go. It feels good. Okay, so just before you do this exercise, do this one I just showed you, yeah? And then it's going to be easier for you to do it. The second one.
Okay, guys, before you go on to the second one, just one thing I'd like to point out. When you do your first set of these exercises, you're going to feel like your muscles, they're still a bit cold, and you cannot get good range of movement, yeah? But so you do one side and then the other side. And then when you go back to the first side you did it, you're going to feel like it's a bit looser. It's better to move about, okay? So the more you do, the more you get your muscles looser, yeah? And you get more mobility there, more stretch, okay? So let's go to the second one now.
One is toe touches. You need, here requires a little bit of your balance. I'm sure, maybe if you do it for the first time, you might lose your balance a little bit. Like before this video, I tried to do, I lost my balance a bit, that happens, but as you keep doing so, you get that kind of muscle memory, you'll be fine with that. So how that goes, you don't need to have a mat here, okay? So basically, I'm gonna lift I'm going to touch with my left, okay, to my toes, okay? Basically, you up here, okay? Opposite side. Second one. You can touch, you can put your foot back on the floor, no problem. As long as you do about like a 10 reps each. Up, okay? Next one. Okay, that's the second one.
In this one here, you're gonna, right in the end of this video, you're gonna notice that I did this exercise, and then I've decided to do a different one, more or less similar to this one I've just done. It, yeah, it's a different version of this exercise. You can do it. You're gonna see me saying something about this exercise in the end of this video. Yeah, let's jump on the second one. But before you jump here, remember, if you're not doing these stretches and mobility exercise, and you're getting on, yeah, you're in your 40s and beyond, 50s, and you have your children or your grandchildren, how can you play with them if you don't have that mobility, that movement, if you're not active? Remember, we all have to be active, because if you're not exercising in our age, you're losing all that. You're losing your mobility, you're losing your reaction time, your reflexes, yeah, you're losing limb muscle, you're losing so much. So that's why it's important. You have to be active. You don't need to be a trainer. I'm not asking you to be a trainer. I'm just saying to you to be active, to move about. Yeah, do some exercise. Do once a week or twice a week. That's enough. Yeah, as long as you do it, an hour of exercise, you help you loads. Okay, so let's jump to the next one.
And the third one is the kicks. Basically, more or less the same, but what you do, 1, 2, 3, okay? Once you've done 10, you swap. Try to grab your toes if you can. If you not, your lower leg. So try to hold it. And again.
Okay, I just stopped there. You see, I'm just like touching my toes. Probably some of us cannot do that, because you're not mobile at all. Your mobility is not great. Yeah, to lift a leg and with your hands touch the toes, that's important. So the more you're being active, the more mobility exercise you're doing, the better you be for you. You be doing that, or maybe even better than I. So bear in mind, you have to do it. It's important, because we are all getting on, and the thing is, you have to be active. There is no other excuse. You if you just can have an hour of your 24 hours a day, that's going to be good. So if you can exercise for half an hour, at least an hour, you'll be great. Let's carry on.
Hold it, swap. It's not difficult to do it. Squats, okay? High kicks. This is named high kicks. So what areas am I targeting here? Again, it gets your glutes, hamstrings. It does your core because you're standing. Okay, it does your quads, and it gives you more mobility for your workout. Because if you're only training, and if you finish your training, you're not doing some mobility exercises, in future, things could come to your body, and then could be a problem. So, if you do these mobility exercises, you benefit in your trainings, okay? One thing, if you have watched this video till here, probably you might have...
Let me just stop here. I'm just like... fast forward a little bit, because I've got something else to show you. Remember when I mentioned earlier I do have a different version of the exercise I was showing, so I'm gonna play back here.
Place the toes on the floor for your balance, but if you, I did a little bit like that,
Yeah.
which works well, but also you can do this way here, okay? So if you lift, for example, I'm gonna be standing on my left, I lift my right, and I touch my toes, okay? You can place the toes on the floor for your balance, but if your balance is good enough, what do? Take that off, go, come back, yeah? You see my legs off? Come back, yeah? So with my hands, I'm touching my toes.
You see, guys, I just stopped there. Um, I'm touching with my fingers on my toes and doing that movement. So I'm stretching my back, yeah, my lower back, my hamstrings, yeah, and also use a little bit, use your core because you have to use your balance. This is a great one to do it. So you don't need to do, again, I've said, you don't need to do all of these exercises. Pick one or two exercises, at least like two exercises, and practice, especially before your lifts.
And my leg is off, my right leg. But if you don't have a good balance, please put it on the floor and get the hang of it. Okay? You see? And then you're gaining confidence. Once you've got that confidence, what do? Take that off. Don't forget, always don't forget, suck your core in, yeah? Because that's your center of gravity. Go, touch, come back. Yeah? Like a good boy, like a good girl. Go. Good. Let's say I've done 10. I'm going to change again. I'm going to be standing on my right leg. Take my left off. Opposite hand. Okay? Opposite hand. It resembles a little bit a deadlift movement because you have to lean forward from the hips. Okay? But then again, if your balance is not great, left on the floor and then take it off. Off you go. Take it off on the floor. But if you have a good balance, leg off. Leg off. And opposite hand to opposite leg. Basically,
okay, let me go back to my big screen here. So that's what I said in the video. This exercise resembles a little bit the deadlifting movement. Because deadlift, you do a little bit like this. You bend your leg, yeah, and you hinge forward from your hip, yeah. That's how you do it. You hinge like that, yeah. So it's not difficult to remember. So if you're gonna go for deadlifts, you can do the exercise to warm up your hip, yeah, and your hamstrings and your quads. It's a very good one to do it. So just remember. Sort of advice. If you're doing exercise for your chest, just warm up a little bit your chest. If you're doing for your back as well. So, or you just do, if you don't want to do that, like if you want to go for your chest, do an exercise, get very little weights, yeah, little weights, and do like 20, 30 reps. Warm up well before you go higher with the weights. Okay, so let's jump. Hopefully, so far everyone is understanding. And come on, guys, if you know, if you have a question, just put in the comment there. There's a box there. You can write to me, or maybe if you're not here today and you watch the recorded live, because this live will be in my YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, so you can do a catch up. You can watch later, whatever you've got some time to do it. Okay, so let's jump on to the next one.
one is
so here I've got, I think, if I'm not quite sure, but I think another two exercise, and I'm just about to say the name of the exercise. Let's go.
foot to face. The second one is cross kicks, and the third one, scorpions. So this exercise will help you loads for your workouts, because it's important you do mobility exercise. When you should do it, you can do it before your training, your workout, or this is important for you. The idea is to get you more mobile. Okay. So the first one, foot to face. foot to face. You can see me, I'm sitting here. So what you have to do, I'm bringing my left leg towards my chest and I hold it with both your hands like this, yeah? Keep the other leg on the floor, yeah? And pull towards your chest. That's it. Good. What are you feeling here? I'm feeling my hamstrings, yeah? My gluteus and my back. And you hold in this position. Hold it for as long as you can do it, yeah?
Okay, guys, this is a good one to do it because if you, let me just, basically you can see my leg. It's like my left leg is in 90 degrees, and with my right hand I'm pulling. So doing that, so I'm stretching my glutes and my hammies. It's a very good one to do it. Okay, let's keep watching.
And then what I'm gonna do, I'm changing, you see what I'm doing? I grab round my ankle and behind my knee and pull it. You're gonna feel one of the legs is easier to do it. At the moment I feel that my right, although I'm left-footed, I feel this, I can pull closer to my chest.
I was just gonna say before I said in the video, just me watching, I could feel that my right leg was easier to pull. Yeah, it's more, I can stretch more. I don't know why, because I'm totally left-footed. I'm left-hander, and but my right looks a bit better. Just me looking now, but you might feel the same when you're doing yourself. Let's go on.
Yeah, it's a bit easier for me. Good. I really can feel my hamstrings, my gluteus, and in my back. Okay? Good exercise to do, foot to face. The second one, you're gonna do cross kicks. I'm gonna lie on my back. Yeah? Lie on my back. Hands on the floor. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna take one leg up, floating, and over my body. And let it drop a bit.
Okay, this one here is another good one to do it because it does your glutes again and your lower back. And ideally, you should try to keep your back on the floor. Yeah. So when you do that kind of rotation, as I'm doing with my left leg, going over to the other leg, better to have your back on the floor, the whole back. Yeah, upper back especially. You see my left hand just on the floor. So it's not easy for me. I feel sometimes that when I do that, my back wants to come off a bit, but that's the idea. I try to keep your upper back on the ground, and the more you do it, the looser it gets. Let's carry on.
So again, I can feel my gluteus, stays here, my back, my hamstrings, and hold it. Hold the position. Oh, that's good. And then back to the other leg, palms facing the floor, tap the floor, lift, float a bit, bend a little bit, and go over the other leg. Try not to do this, yeah? Make sure you keep your upper back on the ground, yeah? It's like I'm glued to the floor. And hold it. It feels good when you're doing that. It feels more relaxing, okay? And the last one is the one called scorpion. I'm gonna lie flat on my chest, yeah? And you're gonna see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna place my hands on the floor, as you can see, and I lift my left and go over my right. And try to keep your chest on the ground as much as you can.
Again, this one here is like opposite the one we just did it. This time you have to try to keep your chest on the ground. Yeah, like really glued to the ground. Yeah, it's tough, but that's what you have to do. With one leg, you go over the other leg and really stretch the hip.
So what you're doing here, I can feel a good stretch in my back, my glutes, my hamstring, yeah, and hold it. And then back to the other leg, keep the chest on the ground, and hold the position. That's good. So basically, these are the free exercise, mobility exercise that I'd like to show you. If you have been watching this video.
Okay. The next bit I would say, I think, you know, if you have been following me, if you have enjoyed this video, just tell your friend or your friends to watch this and share with them. That's basically what I say. And you know, I always say this in the end because it's important. Like the more people watch my videos, the better. The more I can reach people, and they can benefit with the exercise. Okay, so I've got one more to go. Yeah, it's a quick one, and hope you're enjoying at the moment. And I hope I have made you let's put it this way, understand the importance of these exercises. Yeah, this exercise is important for everyone. Okay, if you come to a gym to do exercises, you have to do a little bit. Yeah, you don't need to do every day, but you have to do it. You have to pick at least like 2 of these exercises and warm up before your lifts. Okay, so we're gonna go on to the next, the last video, and shall we go now?
What we're going to do is we've got caveman exercise. We've got this exercise here, which is you can use a sofa to do it, but I'm gonna put my toes right here and my knee here. Yeah, that's the second one we call sofa stretch.
Guys, as I said, we call this exercise sofa stretch because you can do it at home, because you're gonna understand why when I start doing the exercise.
And the last one is the pigeon one. So I'm gonna start with the pigeon one on the floor. What you have to do is, I've got my mat here. You can start on a high plank, yeah, and you bring one leg across, yeah, more or less 45 degrees. If you can do 90 degrees and lean over, better. I cannot do it. I feel a bit stiff to do it, okay? So place your hands on the floor, lean your chest over that, and walk your hands out, yeah? What I'm feeling here is I stretch in my lower back, in my gluteus, in my hamstrings. That's what I'm feeling the stress, yeah? So I'm stretching hamstring, gluteus, and my erect spinae. So what we're gonna do is I lean over my leg and go and hold it.
I was just about to say, this stretch you can do it also on a box, yeah, a kind of high box, and then you can put your leg on top, and makes it easier to do it rather than on the floor. So I mean, not that I cannot stretch as much as I would like there, but it makes it easier for me when I do on a box, yeah, kind of not to hide the box, but it's much easier rather than doing on the floor. Let's carry on.
How long should I hold the floor? As you like, as long as you can hold it, yeah? So maybe 20 seconds, 25 seconds, or something like that. I can feel right at the stretch, yeah, in my hamstrings. So next one, you swap legs. I bring my left under my chest. So again, the same idea. I lean my chest over my leg and walk my hands out. And make sure your knee does not touch the floor. You can see my knee not touching the floor, yeah? Keep your knee off the ground, lean forward and hold the position. It's a good stretch because I can feel my erect spinae, I can feel my gluteus and my hamstrings. That's good. So this is the first one called pigeon, yeah? You can do it. This exercise I'm showing you right now, either before you're training or after you're training. It's up to you. I sometimes do before, but really it's good to do after your training. The second one we're gonna do is the caveman. This one is a bit easier than the first one. How you do it? Spread your legs a little bit, sit into a squat, and if you look at my back's rounding and my elbows inside my knees, and place your hands on the floor, yeah? So try to go as low as you can. So this is a good one because again, I'm doing my lower back, I'm stretching my lower back, I'm stretching my glutes, and I'm stretching my hamstrings.
This one here, caveman. Not many people probably can do it because um, you have to stretch a lot your gluteus and hamstrings, and you have to try to keep your heels on the ground, which is a bit difficult. So what happens is, if you cannot stretch as much as you'd like, your heels will come off the ground. No problem, but that's how you start to doing. As long as you try to do this one and you keep doing, and you get better. But this is a great one to do it.
And I can feel a little bit my calves as well. So this is a good one to do it. So tuck your chin under and hold the position. You see? Great, this is a good one to do it. So that's the second one we're doing here. And the third one is this guy here. So I've got this little thing here to, because I don't want to place my knee on the wood flooring because I hurt. So I put it there. But better for you is to have a sofa. It's a little bit easier to do it. As I don't have a sofa, not a bench here, I'm using this. So what I have to do is, I place my toes, I try to hook my toes there, knees on the ground, yeah, my knee, yeah, one leg at 90 degrees, and I lean forward a bit. As I'm leaning forward a bit, I can feel the stretch on my quads right now, on my hip, yeah, my hamstrings, and my back. This is a good exercise, believe me. When you do it, you're gonna feel your quads burning, as I'm feeling right now.
And another thing, it's not an easy one to do it because in that position really pulls my quads and my hip flexors, and you can feel. So that's a good one to do it after if you're squatting or deadlifting, or if you're doing like walking lunges, or if you do anything for your lower body, yeah, exercise for your lower body. So this is a good stretch for your hip flexors. It's not an easy one to do it, believe me. If you have ever done it before, you know I'm talking about it. If you've never done before, try it and let me know it. You can comment, you can write to me anytime, yeah. If you write to me, I'll get back to you, okay? Let's get back again.
Okay, so hold it as long as you like it. That's the position. Okay, so what do you have to do next? Or the leg. Same idea. I'm gonna place my toes right there. Knee on the ground. Yeah. Probably you're gonna feel one leg more than the other. I can feel this leg slightly burning more. I can feel it right there. This one was burning, but this one is burning much more, yeah? So you place your hands on the other leg and try to keep your back straight. Try not to lean forward, yeah? Keep your nice and straight back. It's not that easy sometimes, but do your best, yeah? The more you keep it practicing, the better it gets and easier, yeah? So I can feel a little bit better. I push forward, see? Pushing forward. I can feel the stretch there. Whole position. That's great. So guys, if you have watched this.
Okay guys, basically there was video number 4, that was the last one. So very good exercise for you to put those ones into practice. When you're in the gym floor. Uh, I've showed you like 4 videos, 4 very good videos, exercise, stretches and mobility I do before my lifts and after my lifts. So this is a very helpful tool for you. Okay, so try to start doing these exercises, and I'd love to know how you'd be getting on with that. You just write to me. Write. There is a box when you're watching a video. You just leave your comment there, and 100% sure I'll get back to you. Um, just remember, just be more active, even if you think you're healthy and believe you're healthy, but it's important to move about, to get more mobility in your muscles, and to get a little bit stronger, your chest, your back, your arms. Yeah, overall, you don't need to be a bodybuilder, because you're not here to create bodybuilders. You're here to give you more health, more be more conscious about being active in life, because you don't not rush into a hospital waiting for a doctor to say you need to go to a gym, start exercise, and find a trainer. That could be costly to you. You could be spending more money. So to avoid that, start exercising. And I show you in my Instagram, in my YouTube and Facebook. I've got loads of exercise there to help you. This is for free for you. You don't have to do anything. Just go there, subscribe to my channels, and just like keep watching. It's there for you for free. What are you waiting for? Just go and grab it. Okay. So basically that's it for today, and hopefully next week I'll come back with another live. And again, usually I ask you, if you what would you like to watch, what sort of exercise do you think you'd like to know? Yeah, or just let me know, because I've got plenty of exercise, and then I can do a live again and I go through all this and I explain to you. Yeah, I'm here to help you, because I'm there. I'm middle-aged man, so I've been training for many years. I know more or less what's important, what's needed for you guys. Okay, so BFAT 50 is here. I'm Orlando. I'm here to help you. I wish you a good weekend and see you soon. Bye.